What disappeared with my husband was our wedding expenses that we had saved up so much money for. The left divorce papers were already filled out by my husband. Through a gap in the curtains of an unfamiliar apartment, I saw my husband smiling happily with an unknown woman cuddling onto him, with a small child. I was sure he would come home. The bells are ringing. That's the signal for the wedding kiss. My name is Natalie. 2 years ago, I was invited to a group date by a coworker. I met a younger man named Simon and fell in love at first sight. He was kind, funny, had the same taste in food, and was very comfortable to be with. We dated for a year and got married last year when I was 30. I thought he was nice, popular, and sociable, but now that I'm his wife, I'm a little dissatisfied. He never turns down an invitation to dinner or a drink, so he has to spend a fair amount of money. I want to save up for the future, but I am worried that we are running out of money every month. Today, my husband left early in the morning, even though it was his day off. He said he's going shopping with a friend. I wish he would think a little more about the family budget. But shopping is healthier than gambling because there's some sort of exercise involved. But it's a mistake when you compare something to those underneath to reassure yourself. I have a husband who spends his allowance every month and begs for more because of social reasons. My husband came home at night. What kind of husband leaves his wife alone for a day on his day off?
I'm sorry.
I've missed you. You've been out too much lately.
I said I'm sorry.
You don't seem sorry at all. Simon, remember when we promised we'd get married when the piggy bank was full?
Of course I remember.
The piggy bank you see when you open the cupboard. I've been steadily adding to it, but I've never seen my husband put any money in it. This is never going to happen.
Sorry.
Starting next month, you'll have to stop spending more than your allowance.
What? No way.
The wedding is one thing, but once we have kids, it'll cost a lot more.
Don't be stingy.
What do you mean stingy? It's a normal adult thing to do. My husband is obviously in a bad mood. I didn't want to say this, but as the wife in charge of the family finances, I can't just leave it at that. I can't wait to see you in your cool tux, you know. To add to that, I'd like to wear my wedding dress when I'm as young as possible, because those moments would be kept as pictures.
Okay, I understand.
Good.
By the way, how much is in that piggy bank now?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet, but I think it's about $1,000.
Wow, that's great.
I'm planning to have a small gathering with my good friends instead of a big wedding reception.
Then that won't cost much.
Probably, yeah.
I'll leave that to you, Natalie.
Thank you. Let's work hard to save up and have a wedding soon.
Yeah.
When I came home from work the next day, the lights in the house were not on. I start to make dinner, recalling whether my husband told me he'll be late tonight. I decided to make beef stew today. It's his favorite. However, my husband doesn't come home even after dinner is ready. I wonder what's going on, not coming home without any notice. I wonder if he was suddenly invited to dinner or something. If that's the case, a word from him would be nice. I tried calling him, but he didn't answer his phone or reply to my messages. Was he in an accident, or was he involved in some kind of incident? No matter how many times I tried to call him, he didn't pick up. I called his office directly and was told that he had already left work. He's just in the middle of drinking with his friends, unaware that his phone ran out of charge. Or maybe he lost his phone and got on a train in the opposite direction. I paced around the house, checking the front door every time I heard a noise. Why did I feel so uneasy when it was just him coming home a little later than usual? Finally, I couldn't stand it any longer and decided to go looking for him. I leave a note on the front door in case we miss each other. Hey, Simon, I'm worried about you, so I'm going to go out to look for you. I've made some stew for you, so please heat it up and eat it when you get home. I'll ride my bike to the station. If he's just coming home late, I should be able to meet him here. And while I'm at it, I'll go around the restaurants and stores in front of the station to look for my husband. He doesn't seem to be around here. I have a bad feeling. The last train had gone, so I gave up and decided to go home. I hope my husband is eating stew like nothing happened. The note I wrote was still there. He hasn't come home. I wonder what's going on. I sighed heavily and opened the cupboard to put away my scarf. Huh? The piggy bank is gone. That big piggy bank is gone. And in its place, a sheet of paper. Divorce papers? Filled out divorce papers, no doubt in Simon's handwriting. I can't think straight. What does this mean? We had a nice conversation about the wedding yesterday. Why a divorce? What happened? I thought my husband would show up and tell me that the surprise was a success. Time flew by in a blur. I started to blame myself. I should never have talked about money if it was going to come to this. Simon hated me now because I had taken away his freedom. Simon, please come home. Don't block my calls and pick up the phone. My husband will never read the note I held in my hand. He will never eat the stew I made for him. I couldn't accept that fact. After that, I couldn't eat or sleep for a while. I didn't want to stay home alone, so I went to work, even though I looked terrible. A colleague at work was worried about me and approached me. He was the one who arranged my meeting with Simon.
Natalie, you need to forget about him.
But he might be back soon.
I can't leave you looking like that by yourself.
He gave me the address of an apartment. When I went there, I could smell stew from the corner room on the first floor. I could see inside through the curtains, a woman smiling and laughing happily, and a small child. Oh my God. Now I know why my husband wasn't home much. He spent the contents of the piggy bank on the woman and the child. On the way home, I fell off my bike pretty badly. I was so shocked and in pain that I couldn't get up and cried on the side of the road. I cried all night. I cried so loud that I probably disturbed the neighbors. In the morning, I remembered that I had to take out the trash. I dumped the stew I had frozen into the trash bag. Then I filled out the divorce papers that he had left behind and submitted them. I replaced my old bicycle that broke in the fall and then went to a real estate agency to move into a new place. And so, it's been 3 years since then. I'm done for the day. See you tomorrow. After finishing work, I changed into my sportswear and sneakers. I got on my road bike and left the office. I've been longing to buy a road bike and I'm completely addicted to it now. I don't have to think about anything else, unlike when I'm at home, and can build up some stamina at the same time. When I was waiting at a traffic light, someone called out to me from behind.
Natalie, it's you, right?
I turned around and saw my ex-husband.
Natalie, oh thank God, I've been looking for you.
Simon, you scare me. What do you want?
Well, why don't we go somewhere and have some coffee?
My ex-husband said with a soft smile. Nothing's changed. Sorry, I'm in a hurry.
Oh, okay.
So what is it?
I've been wanting to apologize to you. I realized after we parted ways that you're the only one for me.
Huh?
So let's start over.
He looks at me with unclouded eyes, and I'm at a loss of words. Start over? What are you saying? Have you forgotten what you did? No, actually, this is a great opportunity. Let's start over as you wish, from my past self to perfection. I have one favor to ask you.
I'll do anything.
It'll be a remarriage, but I want to have a ceremony.
Oh, so it's just that?
Can you promise me?
All right.
My contact information hasn't changed.
Cool.
See ya. I was about to ride off when the light turned green when...
Hey, Natalie.
Simon called out to me. What?
You're leaving already?
Yes, I am.
It's been a long time since we saw each other. Why don't we go out for dinner?
I thought this guy is up to something. I'll go if it's your treat.
My treat? We're a married couple. We have one wallet.
Yeah? But I'm dressed like this, so I'm going home tonight. See you.
Wait a second.
As I thought, he's still broke as before. He said the wedding can be whatever I want it to be, just like he said 3 years ago. Any place I want, any dress I want. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, got it. I'll get going then.
Wait, Natalie, where do you live now?
Why?
We're going back to being husband and wife. We should live together, right?
My place is a mess, so I'll have to clean it up first.
I don't care.
I do.
It doesn't matter, though.
This man is so selfish. I didn't know he was so brazen and rude. Love is blind, but I really didn't realize this when we were married. I'm calling because I don't want to talk to him in person, so there's no way we'll be living together. Simon, it's me. I'm really looking forward to this long-awaited wedding with you.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you'll see me in my dress on the day of the wedding and be impressed. I'll see you on the day then.
Oh, Natalie.
I hung up the phone. This guy has no money and no house. I'm wasting time. I need to hurry up and get ready. It's going to get busy. The venue was a nice small restaurant. You can rent out the restaurant for a day and have a wedding ceremony and photo shoot there. Hair and makeup and calling a pastor are all included, and the staff will ring a big bell during the wedding kiss. The place where the leading role, the bride, i.e. me, will be waiting in a space separated by partitions. I can feel the low spirits of the invited guests. I had a final meeting with the staff and waited for my ex-husband's arrival. My ex-husband was brought there in a cab I had arranged on the day of the wedding, and he couldn't hide his agitation.
Hey, Natalie, are you sure this is the right place for today?
What are you talking about? Look at me. I looked at my ex-husband with the biggest smile on my face, wearing a pure white wedding dress. Isn't it beautiful?
Natalie, that dress.
What's wrong? Simon, you need to get dressed.
How much do you know?
My ex-husband couldn't say anything more than when I looked confused. The partitions were removed. Cold-faced guests are lined up.
Natalie, you have guests.
Of course.
Why did you invite them?
To witness the wedding. My co-worker who introduced Simon to me called the others to attend the wedding. The MC starts speaking.
Mr. Simon and Miss Natalie, I would like to congratulate you today.
Thank you very much.
Well, you two were classmates in elementary school, and after meeting again at your reunion, Simon, who wanted to support the bride raising her child on her own... Oh no, this is the manuscript from last time.
My ex-husband was so surprised that he couldn't speak. The MC didn't seem to mind and said,
The bride and groom were wearing the same dress and tuxedo as last time, so I must have made a mistake.
There's no problem. Please continue. The staff at the restaurant sat, so the MC continued.
As you may have noticed, since this is the second time you've been invited with just the bride changed, you may leave after the meal is over. At that time, the groom will refund your attendance fees.
The audience applauded.
What the hell are you talking about?
Simon was upset. Simon, just stay standing next to me. The MC starts talking again.
Here, the restaurant staff is supposed to prepare a surprise cake, but there will be no cake because the groom's attitude at the last wedding was so bad, and there are still some unpaid bills. What? Also, no champagne toast, because it'll be a waste of champagne. What?
That's terrible. I was looking forward to it, but because of you, we won't be able to have it.
Don't you dare play dumb. You wore the same dress and chose the same venue. Screw you.
I looked at my angry ex-husband coldly. Right back at you.
What?
Oh no, I forgot. I'm the beautiful bride for today. No, it's nothing. I'm just wondering why you're saying all this when you told me I could do whatever I wanted.
What, Natalie?
I was about to burst out laughing when I saw my ex-husband's stupid face. Then a big man shows up.
The pastor who was running late has arrived.
Thank you for your help.
Pleased to meet you. I apologize for arriving late. No problem, please go ahead. Well then, by the power vested in me and in the presence of God, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Wait a minute.
The staff rings the bell. I gently pull off my gloves and slap his face with a big swing. My ex-husband was stunned. I said to those present, "My wish to pay back my ex-husband who surprised me by suddenly leaving 3 years ago. I was able to make it happen, thanks to all of you. Thank you very much." My coworkers are applauding happily.
I'm glad we were able to watch this happen.
The restaurant staff was also having trouble with the unpaid bill from the previous wedding, so they were glad as well. The ceremony was about to end peacefully with smiles on everyone's faces. But my ex-husband, not understanding what was going on, asks,
Natalie, I just want to make sure that we are going to start over, right? I guess this is the punishment for cheating?
Punishment for cheating?
I did cheat and I had a wedding here with a divorced woman with a child. But Natalie, you rewrote that memory for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good then. That woman, all she cared about was her kid. She didn't care about me. She kicked me out in the end. Can you believe that? That dress looks 100 times better on you than on her.
Really? Thank you. But I liked this dress better. I pull out my phone and show him a picture of me in a chiffon wedding dress with my remarried husband.
Who's that?
Me and my husband.
What? Your husband?
Yes, I'm already married.
What?
Look how cool he looks. He's the sweet guy who saved me when I fell off my bike. The photographer got the dumbest looking picture of the day.
Natalie, you said you'd start over with me. You promised to have a wedding ceremony.
Promise?
Didn't we?
We can't have a wedding because the piggy bank isn't full yet. My ex-husband looked at me strangely.
Piggy bank? What's that?
The piggy bank that my ex-husband took in exchange for the divorce papers. He doesn't even remember it? Oh well, I guess it's something I can forget now too. I feel like the last bit of something stuck inside of me had been removed from my chest. Thank you for letting me do what I wanted. I don't want to see your face. Ever again. Goodbye. And with that, the wedding was over. It's been a while since the wedding, and I've heard my coworker that my ex-husband has become distant and isolated from his friends. I can only say that he got what he deserved. My ex-husband, who was popular, was not invited to hang out anymore and was instead shunned and avoided, so of course no woman would come near him either. I don't want anything to do with him ever again. I just don't want him to get others into trouble because of his money problems. It was actually my current husband who encouraged me to get into biking. That day when I fell down and was crying, a bright red road bike stopped next to me.
It's not your fault. This bike was just out of date. You can buy a new one.
He was like a hero when he offered his hand to me. I was clueless, but as I talked to him about bikes, I felt completely at ease with him. If it weren't for him, it would have taken me much longer to get back on my feet. I have a new hobby and it has given me strength. I am grateful to my husband for changing my life. On sunny days, we enjoy going out together on our bicycles. We enjoy eating delicious food and taking pictures along the way, and it's really fun to have a common hobby. Today we're going for a ride along the seaside bike path together. Let's go. Be the wind.